Hello everyone, my name is Jamil Halabi and I am the programmer for the Metamorphic plugin for Lightwave 2018. And this is an introduction video of how to use it for different workflow that the plugin supports. So let's start first with the built-in object and layout. We start with a sphere and we just increase the subdivisions so we can see clearly how this thing works. And we bring out the properties. And then on the add modifier, we add the Metamorphic. Now, Metamorphic is an animation tool, basically with some sculpting features that's guided through to work in an animation workflow. Now I will go over the different tools. Now in this neutral state that there's nothing happening. But when you click sculpt mode, then you have the basic tools for sculpting. Like for example, the famous push and pull tool. As you can see. Now if we press Ctrl on the keyboard, then this will give it the negative effect. Instead of pulling, it will push forward the mesh. Now for people who use ZBrush, I implemented the shift key. So when you press the shift, then you get the smooth operator. Now if you want to increase the strength, because this one, if we smooth it out, it will be minimal. If we want to increase the strength of every tool, we just hold on Control, and with the right click and drag, we can increase the strength. See, now it's more visible, the smoothing effect. Now as you can see, the brush has radius and hardness and strength. Now when you want to modify the radius, you just right click and drag, unify the radius with left, like horizontal drag, left and right. If you want to change the hardness of the brush, just up and down, as you can see. Now if we make it very hard and we try to sculpt again, see, now the effect. But we can smooth out anyway. Now this thing doesn't stop here. So the first time you begin sculpting with the Metamorphic, it will create a keyframe where you have the keyframe slider on. And the keyframe will be listed in the keyframe manager panel, like here. This is the keyframe number, the frame number, I mean, and the sculpt key name with the numbering, with the serial numbering as you go forward creating keys. Now if we scrub forward, now you see there's some little bit of sluggishness because the sculpt mode is enabled. So because every time you move the frame, the Lightwave will update the structure of the mesh, so it will help it to know where is the mesh now, the state of it, when you raycast the brush on the mesh. Now a lot of technical speak, you don't have to worry about that. You just, now when I move to frame 33, it already created a new keyframe at 33 when you smooth out a little bit. So now when you create a new keyframe, it will have the previous keyframe in addition to the new sculpt you created on the new keyframes, and it will interpolate between them. So if we turn off the sculpt mode now, you can see that it creates a transitional animation between the first and second keyframe. Now all those keys are, you can edit it in the normal way how you edit animation in Lightwave. There's no special like this normal graph editor in Lightwave, you can see like the name of the object and the sculpt keys. Just create a new channel for that. Now you can do whatever you want here. You can move the key around. As you can see the animation update. You can increase the strength, reduce it. But notice, like, now Metamorphic have an internal interpolation algorithm independent from the graph editor. So whatever you've done here, it will not really affect how it interpolate the keys. Because of this internal interpolation algorithm, the interpolation between keyframes are nonlinear. What nonlinear means that it will take into account the curve. If you like, now if we create a new keyframe where we grab it. Now as you can see, there are hotkeys, so you don't have to go and click. You just click the hotkey and it will switch to the tool. Like the T and Y hotkey is consistent with Lightwave, like move and rotate, so it will be familiar for Lightwave users. They don't have to learn like new keyframes. Sorry, new hotkeys. So now we created a new keyframe. Now as you can see how smooth the interpolation goes because of the internal interpolation algorithm. Now the plugin also have an independent undo and redo system that works on each keyframe. Like each keyframe has its own set of undo and redo history. Like if I undo this one, it will not affect the key I created later. If I undo here too, it will like only affect where you have sculpt. It's not a global undo system. It's per key. So you have the various here things, like you can clear all sculpt keys. You can create a sculpt key at any other frame. Like if you want to create here additional one, it will take the state of what's in the mesh now and create a new keyframe, getting the deformation as it is currently. But if you wish, you want to like create a zero keyframe, you just have to right click and select create and restore to zero. Then it will zero out the values. As you can see. Now there's another feature, like if like it's very famous in Lightwave. For if we create all sculpt keys now, and we go to the first one. Now, as you all knew, that when you have any object in the scene and you have auto key on, and you press play on layout, then layout will record as you move. Will record the movement of your hand and convert it to keyframes. This is one of the most powerful features of Lightwave. So if I want to do the same in Metamorphic, I have to turn on sculpt mode, and there's a little check here called temporal sculpt. Temporal sculpt is to speed up this operation. Like if I switch to push and pull and press play, and then this one all recorded. So it will play again. As you can see, it records the stroke. And all those recorded stroke will be in the graph editor as well. Now just a little getting started. I will have another video for a different feature of how to use the mixer mode on this. Thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for another coming videos for Metamorphic. Be sure to contact me on my email address if you want any feature requests or any bug fixes you may encounter using this tool. Until next time, stay awesome.